Someone who would have been considered to be so amazing 200 years ago should now be the norm now. Civilization keeps evolving. People get smarter and sharper and faster, and they're not asked to humble themselves or slow themselves down. They're asked to up every level of everything.
That's the main thing people are controlled by. Their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves.
I was just thinking about like my funeral and stuff a couple days ago and thinking who would be at the funeral. People who I want to be at the funeral, I want to have like world leaders that were like affected, that said, you know, Kanye gave me my shot here, or he pushed me, or he told me to believe in myself, or when I saw this, it made me feel like that. I want to affect people like that when I like passed away. It's a pursuit and it's a responsibility. You know, if people have done things before, you should be able to surpass them. It's like I'm on a pursuit of awesomeness. Excellence is the bare minimum.
Turn my headphones up. Louder.
What you need, what you need, I got what you need, what you need, what you need, what you need, I got what you need.
L-O-L-O-L-O, wait a miracle, assassinate my character, money not
It's a mission in this amount of time. When the light bulb was invented, it wasn't like to stop a war. So I understand this, like we got other issues that are like way bigger. So I'm not trying to see like what I'm doing is the most important thing that's happening on the planet. But what I'm saying is what I'm doing is necessary. Just like if it's one teacher teaching in class, what she's doing is necessary. I always joked and I was like, okay, I'm doing music, but there's a bigger plan for me. There's gonna, at a certain point, I wasn't given this power for no reason. And now it's starting to open up.
I'm not a billionaire. I may not be the richest person on the planet. I might not be the most attractive guy. I might not be the most liked, but I right now have the most powerful voice by a mile, and I'm gonna use that.
One man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Every time I talk, it is a crack in the matrix. I'm standing up and I'm telling you I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you wanna marginalize me till I'm out of my moment? And these are inspirational, visionary breaks in pop culture.
I'm just gonna give y'all the truth and y'all gonna learn to love it. And it's like my grandfather loved Ali till he died and my grandmother hated Ali till she passed, you know? So you're gonna love me or you're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna be me. People don't stand up and protect their dreams. People are too scared of getting, you know, spoofed in a way. And the irony of it is so many people that are creatives. Think about a creative person in school. When you picture them, you probably picture them all the way in the back of your class, sketching or maybe getting beat up. Because creatives have got beat up my entire life. Do whatever you're gonna do, but you're not going to bully me. You're not gonna to stop me because my mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're gonna do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up in the way that they control people with low self-esteem, with improper information, with branding, with marketing. I refuse to follow those rules.
I just want to help. From day one, I just wanted to help. Go listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just a shot in the morning to get you going, to make you believe that you could overcome that situation that you're dealing with all the time. I'm trying to open up people's minds. I want people to think more. I want people to feel like it's okay to create. I want people to feel like it's okay to make mistakes in front of people and follow what their dreams are and not feel boxed in. I want people to feel like awesome is possible.
It's bigger than, who I am, even in this, in my presence living. It's about, when I was on earth, what did I do to help?
The Grammy goes to the college dropout, Kanye West.
Y'all might as well get the music ready because this is finna take a while. When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. If you had the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. And then you gotta tell those Al Bundy stories. You remember when But right now is my time and my moment, thanks to the fans, thanks to the accident, thanks to God, thanks to Rockefeller, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, G, my mother, Rhyme Fest, everyone that's helped me. And I plan to celebrate. I plan to celebrate and scream and pop champagne every chance I get, because I'm at the Grammys, baby. I know everybody asked me the question. They want to know what kind. I know he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know. Just mark my words. As I'm Kanye West, you've seen my execution. I know that anything is possible. Did I not become the biggest rock star on the planet? Did I not influence all musicians? Did I not go and get the exact girl that I wanted? Did I not start my family? Did I not ruffle the feathers of 2 presidents? Did I not work with my idol? Did I not make Louis Vuittons? Did people not line up at the Yeezy store? Did I not make the college dropout, late registration, graduation, 808s, Blueprint 1, Blueprint 3, Watch the Throne, Cruel Summer, and Yeezus, if you like to dance. If I see something, I see an opportunity, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? we're all gonna die one day.
Yeah, it's true.
So we live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow. Go for it. Those steps have been the the platforms that allowed me to make it this far.
And you have, man, and we're here, and 6 albums, original albums of your own, a Throne record, various records with good music to talk about, man. But seriously, Yeezus, bravo, dude. I mean, that is one of the most creative records of any genre I've heard in a very, very long time. And just in terms of your output, your most exciting sounding record, I think, man.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I feel, I was able to start just making exactly what was in my mind again. And not having to speak with the textures of the time. Because, Cruel Summer is definitely Kanye West, and there's something kind of weird and off about Mercy, like when it has the high pitch, that type of sound. It sounds like art still a little bit, even though it's obviously was a radio smash. But it's still, when I, get into the idea, like the trap drums and things like that, are certain, songs that are blatant, radio hits. It's like I'm speaking with today's textures, and that's, and if you look at it 200 years from now, it's not going to stand out in the way that 808s or Yeezus stands out and completely can push or redefine or make people say, hey, I completely hate that or I completely love that, but let me just think differently, because everybody is like bound to these, no pun intended, they're bound to 16 bars and 8 bars and, the normal radio, the radio thing. I was talking to Frank Ocean about this and said, like, my mom got arrested for the sit-ins, and now we're more like the sit-outs, like sit off of radio, and say, hey, radio, come to us. We need to find something new because it's being, controlled in a way and manufactured in a way that, really awesome, artists, can make amazing music and not break as far past as like something that's very like formulaic.
So it almost feels like a duty to you in a weird way, having the people's ear, having people's attention, and for great music to be able to say, well, if I'm not challenging them, if I'm not challenging myself, not challenging radio, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm not trying to regurgitate myself. I showed people that I understand how to make perfect. Dark fantasy could be considered to be perfect. I say I know how to make perfect, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to crack the pavement and make new grounds, sonically and society, culturally. It's just the way I was consuming information in my life at that time, information from, whatever, negative information or positive information from the internet. Me, just going to the Louvre, and going to furniture exhibits and understanding that, trying to open up and do interviews with this, learning more about architecture, taking 1,000 meetings, attempting to get like backing to do clothing and different things like that, and like getting no headway whatsoever, because, and it was just that level of frustration, and that's what, this is what frustration fucking sounds like.
Yeah.
This is what frustration sounds like. Like for me, as Kanye West, I would not be Kanye West if it wasn't for Michael Jackson. I was with Quincy Jones a couple of days ago at John Legend's wedding. Quincy was telling me it wasn't just Mike, but these guys broke down, the barriers. Of course, like Michael Jackson, like he had to fight to get his video played because he was black. This is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's not even black. He's Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? It's like like saying he's so crazy, like how can he even be just classified as like this black artist? So for me, in my life and creativity, it's been challenging. It's been challenging and everything, but I was able to ascend to massive levels of heights and never stop, right? Because of the foundation that my mother and my father and my grandfather laid through civil rights, what Michael Jackson did with music videos and the ground he broke. There would be no Kanye West if it wasn't for Michael Jackson. That allowed him to be that, right?
Yeah.
So now let's take like where there's, people who have, issues with me as Kanye West. So they say, why is they classify, my motivational speeches as like rants and things like this. Like, why is he saying that? Why is he doing that? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I've reached a point in my life where my Truman Show boat has hit the painting. And I've got to a point that Michael Jackson did not break down. I have reached the glass ceiling. as a creative person, as a celebrity. When I say that, it means I want to do product. I am a product person, not just clothing, but water bottle design, architecture, everything, that you could, think about. And I've been at it for 10 years. And I look around, I say, wait a second, there's no one around here in this space that looks like me. And if they are, they're quiet as fuck.
So what do you think about this straight one like this?
I like it. It still has the effect of a kilt with the pleats, but we took out all the volume in the back. I feel like.
Yeah, it just looks like a longer T-shirt and shit, like a piece of the.
Well, really, it's Riccardo Tisci's vision from Givenchy, so I don't want to take too much away from what his vision was. But I know from the meeting that Riccardo, Virgil, and Kanye had in Paris, he just knew that he should be wearing a kilt.
What you think of it straight? Because it's like the picture you see me.
It was there yesterday. It was straight. The last show, it looked flatter. I like it better. I want to say that. The last show, did you wear it flat? You didn't wear it tucked.
No, it was properly.
It looked right the last show. The North Carolina show, it looked real good.
Are you saying straight versus it?
Yeah, they used to be like a little like this.
Yeah.
But I wonder, it's like, you still got straightforward one, right?
Yeah, of course. I've got a straight one, not untouched, no, but it doesn't have any snaps on it. I have this version and your original version. And so I guess, we just kind of went with the flow. We really didn't know what was going to arrive in the box until we were in Birmingham. We opened it up, and then out came these amazing pieces that were just made for Kanye and Jay-Z. And it took a while, but I guess push came to shove, out came the leather pants and the kilt.
We had all these different versions. Like the one I had yesterday is like didn't have pleats in the back. But what happens is when I go like this, it like goes like this. It makes like this kind of like weird shape. I just love this. I like it when I wear a kilt and I'm not wearing a kilt. Like, that's like the silhouette. I think is like really modern.
So if you like this, I can make the other skirt like this, or just keep it.
It's a kilt.
Let's call it a kilt.
It's a kilt.
Sorry.
The world will only be saved through good intention and design. It's not going to be saved as politics. The irony is what holds things back? Politics. So how could that push things forward? Politics is dead. It's over with. These kids need some type of real truth. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you. There's a lack of creativity in every field because people are afraid. The time is now. The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. We have the resources on this planet to have a human utopia, to have respect for each other, mankind. We have that. There's an old regime, an old guard that's controlling whether or not you're going to be able to feed your kids. They want the creative people to shut up and be quiet. But these are the people with the real ideas that can actually change, can reorganize, can design cities, can restructure a curriculum, can make life easier. And that's the part of the game I want to be in. I want to make a store. I want to do apartment complexes. I want to build cities. I want to be involved with Hyperloop when it comes to reality with Elon Musk. That's the conversation I want to be in. Like I remember when I was dropping William Morris, right? And then Sarah Newkirk at that time said, before you drop them, go meet with Ari Emanuel. And I sat with him and said, Ari, I'm an inventor. And he goes on to tell me about the way it works. And what he said is, you are a celebrity. So basically what's going to happen is there's product here. And this is where you end up, right here. If you can communicate this product, you can make money off the product. Because look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? So it becomes all of this thing where all of the musicians try to get more money by promoting other products, right? So you'll say, hey, you know what? I've got this water and we've got this red version. We got a red bottle, and we got a David Beckham version here. Then we got a blue version. So my opinion is no more than the patina on top of it. When I understand the reason from my core of why something should work all the way through.
I figured out that my dream is every dream. My dream is every dream. I won't be limited to one dream.
I want to create something better for you. We have been limited. There's a series of, people who write just negative comments. They want to joke around and say, why is he still trying? Yes. If I see something, I see an opportunity, I'm going to go for it. We're all going to die one day. So we live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow. Go for it. We're not always in the position that we want to be at. We're constantly growing. We're constantly making mistakes. We're constantly trying to express ourselves and trying to actualize our dreams. We dedicate our entire life to making our current time and civilization better, to adding something to the culture. You can't tell me what creativity I'm supposed to do on this earth. You can't marginalize me. As an artist and in this world, we could do whatever we want. Ain't nothing real. I've got a very particular, specific take on men's footwear. No one can say I cannot design or understand how to design a guy's sneaker. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand that I did the Yeezys. And they eBayed for $90,000. Right. And people wanted them bad as whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't get a call from Nike the next day. You guys don't understand that I've met with companies and they say, what we're trying to figure out is how we can control you and control that. If you're an architect, if you're a world builder, if you have all these ideas and you're Gaudi and you want to build buildings, if you don't ever get that out, what's gonna happen?
Isn't that why you do it? Isn't it the process? Isn't it the point?
Y'all don't think you're really hearing what I'm saying.
But I'm trying to.
As a creative, for you to have done something to the level of the Yeezys and not be able to create more. And you cannot create that on your own with no support, with no backing. So when I say clean water was only served to the fairer skin, what I'm saying is we're making product with chitlins, t-shirts. That's the most we can make, t-shirts. We can have our best perspective on t-shirts. But if it's anything else, your Truman Show boat is hitting the wall. Michelangelo was a painter and also a sculptor. The church wanted him to work on the Sistine Chapel. He wanted to work with marble and do marble sculptures. So I feel like a lot of times people get put in a box. I'll go and have a meeting with Louis Vuitton, or go have a meeting with Disney, and they will say, well, you're a musician, because that's what I made money at. But I'm like, no, I'm a creative genius, meaning I have a perspective. And if I apply myself and get the right tools, I will make the best version of it you've ever seen. Anything. When I say creative genius, I don't say it as a compliment to me. I say it as a plague. To have all these ideas and not be able to get them out, that's painful. And to meet with the people that could give you the opportunity, but because they read something in press that day, they can't see past to give you the opportunity just to create. They can't tell that you're creative. They just say, your brand doesn't fit our brand. And I say, make it another brand, but allow me to create, because I'm great. I'm great like Michelangelo. I'm great like Disney.
I'm not trying to get into that world. I'm trying to make a higher level of product for the real world.
Next time I come back, I ain't gonna come empty-handed. I'm gonna have something I made in a bag, and I'm gonna hand it to you, and you're gonna light up. Your eyes gonna light up when you see it like it's your birthday.
That's creation. That's that thing that people slave over. That's that thing that people are slaves to. That's that thing I'm a slave to. That's passion. That's that thing where you can hold it. That's that dreaming about a new pair of Jordans. That's the process of opening up a Nike box. That thing that Steve gave us when you open up your new iPhone and you got the iPhone 5, whether you stood in line for it or whatever you did and stuff, and you open it up and you got this new product. That's that Transformers in the box that you open up for Christmas, or that new TurboGrafx 16 or Sega Genesis or Amiga computer or 3DO or Nintendo. Or it's like when you just open that packaging, the process of the packaging. That's that porno mag that drug addict bought for you when you was 14 that was in that package, and you figured out how to pay that drug dealer before there was the internet to buy you, and you open up that, and you know you're gonna make 5 of them girls your girlfriend all weekend. That's why I'm on that runway until I'm at the end of it.
Because I don't care about nobody's opinions. I don't care at all. I got my mission. I know exactly what I want to do. I know what I'm up against. I showed you. I don't care about nothing. And bottom line is, if you ain't trying to help me, then you hurting me. I'm going to be what y'all would consider or classify as the new Disney, as the new Steve Jobs, as the new Howard Hughes, as the new David Stern, as the new Michelangelo. That's where I'm going to be. Influence. They think that I don't realize my power. They want to marginalize me. Now, do you want to meet with me?
I'm the #1 most influential person on the globe. And I'm gonna scream as loud as I can. And ain't nothing gonna happen to me except success.
Y'all gonna see me. Y'all not gonna act like y'all don't see me because it's 50 paparazzi following me. It's no powers that could be that are on the internet, that are control magazines, or that control media that can stop the movement. The problem is I tasted that clean water and it tasted so good. We need a spot. We need a spot on that table. We need to make this money. We need economic empowerment. Not just vocal empowerment, not just Twitter, not just Instagram. We need economic empowerment.
And I talk to these heads, you know what I'm saying? These like older dudes that run companies. And it's hilarious to me. I only listen to people who are younger than me. These are the only people with ideas. You cannot give me any advice. You can help me,
You can support Donda. You can cut a check. You can help me build some infrastructure. But I have the ideas. No one older than me has a better idea than me because I'm the only 36-year-old me. I'm the most relevant voice on the planet Earth at age 36, post being the most hated. So don't try to tell me anything. Help me. Help me. Help other people. I'm trying to say to y'all is this industry of what I'm trying to get into, ain't nobody never broke down. Ain't nobody broke down. We all slaves. I spent $13 million of my own money learning, making mistakes, losing money, gaining ground, gaining credibility, breaking down the wall. So I was attempting to do it myself. People say you could do it on your own, but it's industries. These industries have been set up like the coal industry, like the music industry, like the newspaper industry, clothing, manufacturing, electricity. It's something different to the way these billionaires run the world. It's companies that have the same company that will allow it to be a song that promotes guns, would be connected with the exact same corporation that promotes privately owned prisons. It's actually the same company. They would like us to think that we are free, but we completely control. We controlled by a Nike sign. We controlled by peer pressure. We controlled by the longing for a particular car to set at a high price. Why do Benzes cost so much? And don't think that because I'm a celebrity that I have true creative freedom. Celebrities are controlled by perception and by finances. They are a new form of control slave. And other people look at me but like, yeah, you got money though, that's all you need. Money is another control system, another thing, a way to rock people to sleep, especially people who could be strong messengers. Because they say, okay, you gonna lose your this contract, you gonna lose your that contract, you ain't gonna be able to go on tour, blah, blah, blah. This is what these corporations try to do to like hold you. We all slaves. We all slaves. It ain't that I feel like a slave. We are mentally enslaved. We enslaved to brands. We enslaved to like a Benz symbol. We enslaved to chains. He's like, I'm even just tired of hearing about brands. Let's just talk about man. Let's talk about humanity. Let's talk about each other as a people and how we helping each other. Why don't we start the conversation with love? Why don't we start the conversation with God? Why don't we start this conversation with family? A woman is a slave to the concept of diamonds are a girl's best friend. Like girls in London don't even wear engagement ring. That's all been programmed into us. When we born artists, we born free, and then we held down by society's perception of us. We just don't want to be embarrassed. The thing is, I ain't got a problem with looking stupid. I don't believe in I don't believe in none of this. Matter of fact, let me just be as uncool as possible. Let me look as stupid as possible, and then let me just work from that perspective. Hate and love are very similar emotions. The opposite of love is you don't care. How you gonna work with the corporation, but you gonna diss the corporation? I'm saying I'm just turning, I wanna be recognized. I know how to swim through backlash. I could tread water through backlash. I don't care about backlash. Because, you know, it's all giving me power. You know, negative, positive, it's all energy, and I can use energy. When you're liked by everyone, you're powerless because everyone controls you. Now, if it's in question and you know anything can happen, you just do what you want. No one can, like, control my avatar. My joystick is out the plug. I believe in me. Just believe in you. Let me do me. You like it? Cool. You don't? Fast forward. I can say whatever I want. I can think whatever I want. I can feel whatever I want. And everybody else can too. So I look at the world as like my living room. This is like a dream for me. I can do whatever I want, whatever I feel like. I can say whatever I want, and I know that.
What I'm saying is, it's about whatever I want to make it about. This is my world.
If I want to stop and talk, I can talk. That's good. That's going to get my message across. If I want to wear something fresh, that's good. If I want to wear something I made, that's good. There's no magazines, no radio station, there's no TV show that can stop me. It's completely, I thought of something today, I'm going to do this. I was made, for this moment. But they want to box me into a music box. Music is fleeting. Ain't no 50-year-old rock star that you care about. This is a young man's sport. I'm not going to be 45 years old in a club. No, not I for my birthday. But not on a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I got this window of opportunity I've created with my level of relevance, that I've held on to for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But we see what's about. It's Drake season. We see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And they would love for someone that's as rebellious as me to somehow lose the relevance. They want to marginalize me until I'm no longer relevant. And while I still have this relevancy, I'm going to take my opportunity to be the first artist that breaks through. Before you really get everything you want, sometimes you got to just, shake that cage, because they ain't just going to give it to you, as you see. The thing that compresses me is time versus money. Integrity, money, and relevance. Because as I work on clothing more, I'm not rapping as much. So I'm not in the middle of that future mix because I didn't do that feature. I'm not rapping as much. I'm not having as much finances. I'm losing relevancy. The relevancy is part of my power that allows my brand to be big. That's what I'm saying. You juggled so crazy. How many people have integrity, relevance, and finances? The world is set up where you have to sacrifice one. You got to sacrifice a little bit of integrity for finance. You got to sacrifice a little bit of integrity for relevance. But shit is changing.
Yeah.
There's things that are moving. The entire music industry was hit by a fucking glacier, by the internet. This is the information age. We barely scratched the surface. Because we're so jacked up on our own egos and so misguided by mainstream, marketing, we don't know what the fuck is real. These are things that people put up to confuse you or distract you from, what it actually is. I'm 100% a part of it. I'm 100% in it. We can't do anything on our own. Yeah. A woman can't make a baby by herself. You can't run a school by yourself. A team can't win a championship by itself. Us as a people, we can't do it on our own. The thing is, I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm also speaking and sending cues to the right people to say, come and help me help everybody else. You will win with me. You will win. We walk in, this tightrope and fighting for creativity and fighting for ideas and fighting for thought. And, I'll explain to, my daughter one day that, me and her mother, we had to fight, for this position that we'll finally have. I want to make that one step and then make another step. Then I eventually want to be the anchor and the force behind $1 billion company. And after I made that $1 billion step, then I can go in and say, hey, I've got an opinion on this.
and that could be a $10 billion step. And I eventually want to be the anchor of the first $1 trillion company. It means it has to be another step. It means it has to keep going.
When I tell my daughter in 2 years that I've been working trying to make Nike still hot, and I still don't have, the backing to really support and protect her, because she in a position of a level of royalty like the Prince and the Princess out in London, but they got more paper, they got heritage. Me and Kim, we on our grind. We had to do what we had to do to get to this point to be able to support our family, but we ain't there yet. We ain't financially there to the point to make sure that North is safe at all times. It's cool to be cool, but people lining up for the Yeezys and daddy not getting paid ain't gonna be nothing in North 10 years from now. Yeah. Talking about your dad used to be cool. And people will start hitting me off when I say I want to feed my family. I need to adjust this. I want to be able to feed my family forever. Because there's a lot of people who have had that moment and they can't feed their family.
It's what Kim gave me. She gave me everything. She gave me a family. She gave me a support system. All I care about is my family. I care about protecting my girl, protecting my baby, and protecting my ideas and my dreams. So this concept of luxury is improper to me. The only luxury is time, the time you spend with your family. That's the only luxury.
Music is not my focus. I'm gonna bring positivity to the world. I'm Christian, I'm about to be married, I got a family. I'm not trying to do nothing but good. Anytime people could get a dosage of this espresso, of this walking confidence, of this God-fearing creative, I think it could bring light. I want to direct people to the light. I want to express that I feel the light and I have the energy and I feel extremely blessed. And I know that God, within his time, will provide me the opportunities to create more and more and more and make things more awesome.
I thought I was going to leave here with some type of understanding. I'm more confused about this Kanye guy.
Well, it seems like Kanye.
And I think it's cool for you to be confused if anybody else is confused, because you should keep questioning it until it's proven.
Oh, no, I don't expect to be understood at all. I think that there's people who are wired by their parents to understand what I'm saying, and there's people who are wired by their parents to reject what I'm saying. But that doesn't mean that after I make what I'm saying, that they won't use it, because they will.
People gonna write in the history books about what I'm doing right now.